the marquee game of all of college basketball in the SEC, Alabama and Florida. Florida made sure it was not a game, scored 100 points in a dominating win over Alabama. Let's flip to the Alabama side, because coming into this game, I think a lot of people thought Alabama might have been able to find something as far as their offense overall. They did not play a terrible game offensively. However, Florida just too much. What stood out to you about Alabama's side and just some of the things they'll have to correct moving forward?
Well, I think first of all, you got to look at LeBaron Philon, and he has been obviously this leader for Alabama this season, but he only scored 15 points, which is an off night for him. But he also turned the ball over 5 times, and I don't think that Alabama is going to win a game where LeBaron turns the ball over 3+ times. Just got to be more careful with the basketball, and I mean, you got to give credit to obviously Boogie Fland with those 8 steals and just the way that Florida was defending them all game. I think that's the one that sticks out to me.
Absolutely. We talked about Charles Bediako a lot beforehand. We heard from head coach Nate Oates on his team's performance on Sunday.
You know, it's hard to win a game when you're minus 16 on the turnovers, minus 6 on the old boards. Talk about trying to win a possession game. They destroyed us in the possession game. I mean, you know, they scored 100 points, only made 3 threes. You don't have to take many threes when you're getting dunks and layups off turnovers. So 25-0 on points off turnovers. Not sure I've ever been associated with a game like that, and that's disappointing. And it's also a credit to Florida's game plan. They went to the switching. We didn't handle it well. Their physicality on the switches caused our guards some major problems. We did a terrible job adjusting to it. You got to look in the mirror at what I did as a coach, and we just was not our night. And Florida's kind of had our number here lately. They've done a really good job, and they've guarded us a couple different ways. You know, they've been in a drop, and today they switched us in both ways. It worked well, and you know, typically they don't give us many threes, but in fact we got down as much as we did. You know, I think we ended up going 14-34, but a lot of those came when the game was out of hand already. So they do a good job kind of running us off the line.
We talked about it earlier with Charles Bediako and what this team has been with and without him. This team is now, I think, 1-2. It's a small sample size, only 3 games.
Small.
But he fouls out on Sunday. What do you make of this whole experience with Charles Bediako, and do you see him being a net positive for this team moving forward, despite the fact they've lost 2 of their 3?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I can say it's a net positive or a net negative, because I mean, they've been better rebounding, but it just seems like for some reason they want to change their identity on who they are. They finally went back to who they truly were, in that being a 3-point shooting team against Florida. But the game before, the 2 games before, especially that Tennessee game, that one really stood out to me. Like, what is this team doing? Why are they trying to go in the paint so much? That's not the strong suit of their team. But it just seems like I said this about Kalen DeBoer with the O-line struggles under DeBoer.
Yeah.
It seems like for some reason Nate Oates can recruit the guards and the wing players, but for some reason the bigs just underperform under him. It just I don't know what it is, but it's been a weakness all year. It's been a weakness in years past. It's just so strange that obviously both of these teams at the same school are having the same sort of problems in certain areas.
Yeah, absolutely. Things don't get any easier this upcoming week because they play buckyball. Texas A&M comes to town. We'll break that game down a little bit more tomorrow as we get closer to game day. But as it stands right now, it seems to me like this kind of is probably a must-win-ish game for Alabama to get their minds right going in next week.
Is it a must-win game for Nate Oates over there in Tuscaloosa as well?
I think so too. Not as far as he won't get fired or anything, but just building this team's confidence.